going on with y'all?
Good. How about you? What's the issue today, sis?
What's the issue? I am so glad you asked that, Mila. Right.
You gotta let them be. You gotta let kids be kids.
You betraying your significant other. I mean, regardless if it's just you took Miss Mabel down the street to go to Subway, you ain't tell me about it. Why you ain't tell me? What you and Miss Mabel got going on that I don't know about?
Who's taking Miss Mabel to the Subway, though? Okay.
Hypothetically speaking.
Makes them feel the same way. Driving
but
fast.
That's like McDonald's. Like,
yes. But I'm saying that's safe. Yeah, that's a safe option.
no. I thought you were gonna say something else. What?
You gonna have to make a new video.
Why?
Because them ain't the hosts no more.
But I like that.
It's definitely nice. We're gonna need some co-hosts too.
I mean, yeah, I think next time.
Next week.
I don't even know when that's gonna be because there's a lot to do. All right, so we ain't got nobody in here yet, but we just, whatever, it's fine. How come we don't have the same last name, but we got the same last name?
What?
Why you don't never
shorten it?
Yeah. Why you don't ever take that out?
Why?
Because you know why I started doing that though, for real?
Why? Because people think you're a terrorist?
Yes, because of our government appointed FBI agents. And because people like I used to not be able to get jobs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds about right.
That's not okay.
I have a hard time getting jobs because of it sometimes too.
So that's what I'm saying.
Or when I speak on the phone, I use my white corporate voice, and then I go into an interview. People are like, that's not what we expected you to look like.
Right. Right. Did I tell you about that time when I called AAA back in the day when you called back in my day when you called AAA? Did I ever tell you about that?
Mm-mm.
The lady she kept getting my name wrong because my name was on the thing, but I had a number. She told me to give her the number, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I kept giving her the number, and she kept saying, "No, that's not right. That can't be right. No. Can you give me the number again? No, that's not right. That can't be right." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "I keep trying to pull up your number, but it's not the same with your name." And I was like, "What do you mean? You didn't even ask me my name." You never even asked me my name. And she was like, "Well, what's your name?" And so I told her, and she was like, "Oh, I guess that is you."
What did you think it was?
I said, "What was you expecting?" Because I wasn't talking like this. I was talking like this, and I was saying, I was talking like
this is
like
she.
I was using my voice, right? Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Oh." I said, "Well, what were you expecting?" She was like, "Oh, well, that seems like a Middle Eastern name. I was expecting you to not be able to speak English." Ma'am.
Oh, that's racist. That's racist.
And then I hit her with, "You know what? Because I'm black." She was like, "Oh."
We can play this game if we like to play this game.
So not only am I not Middle Eastern or white,
I'm black.
I'm a blackguard.
Why you gotta say blackguard?
What's wrong with blackguard? And I told her, I said, maybe next time you should, learn people's names and ask them what their name is before you assume. Yeah, I did. He ain't getting in. He's not gonna ruin our broadcast this time.
my son is like a police officer. Knocking on the door like that.
He a little terrorist.
Mm-hmm. But his last name is Coleman, so you don't have to worry about this problem.
Wow. Pew, pew, pew. Already out the gate. Yeah,
Why you always think I'm throwing shots at you?
Because his last name is Coleman.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I
prefer my last name not be what it's supposed to be. I prefer my last name to be what it is.
You don't want to be an Allen?
No, absolutely not. That don't even sound right. Kayla Allen. No, not even go together.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
I'd rather not.
But Kayla Ali.
I do. I do.
All right, so hey, nobody's here. Or somebody's here. I don't know if they are. Ain't nobody said.
Sometimes you can't see. Sometimes you can't see. So what's the issue?
What's the issue?
What is your issue? Because these is made up props.
I said, what's the issue with so many issues? Because there's so many issues and so many stuff's going on.
Yeah, because life is life. Life is life.
However, I want to know. I just have a general question.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, where do niggas buy their audacity from?
What?
Where
do they buy their audacity?
Where do they buy it from? Did you know that there was a store? I'm just off to the side. Did you know that there was a store where you could buy pee so you could pass a urine test?
Yes.
Okay.
They don't just sell it at that store.
Oh, maybe I wasn't supposed to say that.
They do smoke shops. Our government FBI agent said, but they sell it at smoke shops too. They sell like a fake urine to pass pee tests.
Okay, well maybe that's where they buy their audacity from too.
No, they buy their audacity from the mountain of Caucasus.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Who you talking? Hi, Nika. Nika's on Rider. Who's who? Both of us or me?
Both of us.
Yes. Thank you.
She said your hair cute.
Okay. So anyway.
You're trying to be like me though. So,
I know. I'm trying to get right.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so let's get on with these. Where do they buy it from? What is there a store that is specific to Audacity? Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think so. What made you say that?
I had an experience.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I realized I need to stop dating children. And
hold on. First of all, rephrase that.
Oh, not real children.
Rephrase that, because
you're being pedo. No, not actual children. Children.
Oh, niggas with audacity. That's what
with the audacity that they be buying at the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
I need to stop. So if there's a grown man out there who wants to make me his wife,
not his wife,
please show yourself, because
what is it, a magic trick?
It's too many man children out in the world.
True.
I don't understand. But then,
are you going to explain what the problem is? Or you just go keep?
The problem is when you get in your 40s
mm-hmm.
and people in their 20s want to date you.
Okay.
You probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah. I told you that. I told you that a while ago.
Because I keep trying to understand person, and I can't. I don't
understand them because they don't have the mindset that you do in your 40s.
I don't understand his language. I don't understand
Not his language.
brain power. I don't understand his thought process. I don't.
Well, maybe if you think about it, well, actually, don't do that. Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say maybe if you think about it, you understand your son's language, but that's not.
No,
that's not what we need to be doing. Actually,
no. Look at this. Not that I be wanting to. That's just the grown men.
Pull up the baby.
Not that I be wanting to, but it's just one that keep hanging on. Like he just keep hanging on.
I be telling her not to.
And I'm trying to get rid of him, but he just will not go away, and he just keep hanging on. And the way that he is, just
you be letting him. You be dangling the my string like butter that.
I might, because I be lonely sometimes, but
that's
like
you be putting yourself in these situations.
He has a whole different language. Like he be saying stuff that I don't understand. And I'll be like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And then, he has a TikTok and a Snapchat. And of course, I don't do any of those things.
And maybe you should. Maybe you should get a TikTok.
Why? For what?
For fun?
I don't want to.
But you watch all the TikTok videos on Instagram, so
no, it is kind of defeating the purpose. I can see it firsthand on TikTok. But I don't. That's for y'all. I
don't be on TikTok either. Sometimes I just be watching videos, but sometimes I go on there to know what the drama is, and I get off. I barely even post on my TikTok.
So hey, that segues into what we're supposed to be talking about today. One of the things we want to talk about is relationships and TikTok. Well, not TikTok specifically.
That's social media.
Social media and relationships. I saw this thing the other day that said, probably not on your side of the internet, but Stefan Speaks. Do you know who that is?
Uh-huh.
He was one of those that was coming out with Ace Metaphor back in the day with Derek Jackson and Ace Metaphor. He's a relationship expert.
Expert.
He's a relationship expert. And so he was talking about how. Did he open the door?
He's trying to.
He was talking about how if you are in a relationship, you shouldn't care about whether somebody posts you on social media or not. Because the thing that you should be worried about is if they're serious about you or not, as opposed to whether they post you on social media. So he was saying, like, if they post you on social media, but they in real life are doing stuff that they have to buy Audacity for, then social media should not be your concern.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Why do you need somebody to post you on social media?
I don't need somebody to post me on social media. But it's not a need. It's just like, you're not going to hide me in our relationship. But then again, I do understand where you're coming from, because you can post me all you want and still be cheating on the low. And then females see me on your page and you still be doing what you're doing. But you don't have to post me. That ain't what it's about.
Some people break up because of that.
Yeah.
Because people are their significant others not posting them on social media. I am scared of that.
Of what?
Of somebody posting me on social media, because all of my past experiences have been very negative with social media. Like the person that I was with some years ago. We used to argue and fight all the time about him posting me on Facebook. And it was important to me at that time because I was young. I didn't know. Now I don't give a damn. But before, I was like, why are you not posting me on social media? Come to find out, because he was talking shit about me on his Facebook. And he didn't want me to see.
Yeah.
And when I finally did go on there and look at it, I was so hurt by all the things that he had said about me because he wasn't doing that in real life. He was just faking. He was being fake for social media, but he was acting as if he was talking about somebody.
That's what people do. I think that's what people do. They be fake for social media. That's what social media is.
Social
media is real. It's not real whatsoever.
And people only post what they want you to see.
Yeah. Of course.
So it's not important, but it does mess up relationships because people feel like if you have all this time to be on social media, why don't you have time to show our relationship and show what it is that we're doing in our relationship?
Right. Who cares, honestly?
So you don't care about that?
Not anymore. I used to. At the beginning of my relationship, I did. Honestly, I did. I don't really care anymore.
What was the importance of it?
I think the importance of it was not feeling like I'm hidden. I feel like if you are not comfortable with showing me, because most of the time, your social media is not just for people that don't know you. Most of the time, it's for your family members, your friends, your, whoever you are close with to get in contact with them, just in case, social media. That's where it started to be, instead of, these random ass people we don't know. But it started off as that. So why are you not showing me to your family members that live out of state or that you don't see all the time, but you are close to them, I don't want to feel like I'm hidden.
Your kids is making a lot of noise.
My kids.
You need to do something about that. They making a whole lot of noise.
What you want me to do?
Okay, so it was important because you wanted his family to see?
Not just that. I don't want to feel like I'm hidden in my relationship.
Oh, Nika makes a good point. Is the new version of bringing that person home? Yeah,
basically.
To meet mama.
Basically. Basically.
That's not important to me.
I mean, it's not now. It was at one point in time. Because your family that, or let's say, let's say your family, or let's say your baby mama. Let's say your baby mama.
That's very specific.
Let's just say that is one reason that back in the day I wanted to be posted, because the mother of your children should not know that I'm not here. Mm-hmm. She shouldn't think that it's okay for you to say whatever you want and not push your girlfriend. But I don't care now. I don't give a fuck. Honestly.
Hold on, let me text your kids.
I knew you was gonna do that.
Anyway.
But now it's all. Maybe I feel like honestly it was probably an insecurity. If I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it was insecurity. Maybe because I was in a situation where I was feeling like I was hidden before I got into the relationship that I was in. But
ooh. Maybe because of past relationships.
Mm-hmm. That's probably where it came from. Honestly, it was definitely an insecurity. Like, you're not gonna just be on social media every day and people are not gonna know who I am.
I think that's part of the problem because people are so much on social media and you feel like if you are not a part of the thing that they do all the time, that means that you're not important to them.
Right.
But I don't think that determines the level of importance because, well, I don't know, because some people say that it does and some people say that it doesn't. Like I've seen a few videos of the male podcasters that say it's important if he don't post you on social media or he don't really mess with you like that.
He doing something in secret. That's what they be saying. He doing something
because
secret.
he posts pictures of his car when he get a car. Or he posts pictures of his food when he get food. And if that's not somebody that but at the same time, a lot of people say they're trying to keep their relationship together.
Yeah.
So, which leads back to Lori Harvey. Everybody Everybody was talking about Lori Harvey because she broke up with Damson Idris.
Mm-hmm.
So she's broken up with 5 people this year or something like that. And everybody,
Why do y'all care?
She for the streets.
Because she posted it?
Here's the thing. I think that part of the problem is because people are nosy.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to know what is going on in everybody's life.
But that's crazy that she for the streets, but Nick Cannon is a pimp.
Nick Cannon, Future. Who else got a lot of kids? Cam Newton.
What's his name that was dating Just Hilarious?
Oh, Country Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but none of them is for the streets. Common, the fact that Common is in a relationship every 2.5 years, which would give us, which would actually is a criteria for borderline personality disorder, by the way.
Is it
if
really?
You yes
get in a relationship like that?
Yes. If your relationships don't last longer than 2 or 3 years.
Oh wow. Who knew that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who knew that?
Mm-hmm. Something is wrong with Brody, because why are all these fabulous women, why is he breaking up with them every 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, something been wrong with Brody. We knew that. However.
Anyway, I think it's because it's funny because
but we should also be asking, why are all these attractive females attracted to this man that got problems?
Because they think they can change him.
I need to stop doing that shit.
They think that they are going to be the one that he finally settles down with, I think. But why? Why do you want to do that?
It's not gonna happen.
I seen something.
That nigga need to change itself first.
I seen this video today where this girl was talking about how men who have children and leave their children and leave the relationship where they had children, that is a good indicator that they are not going to be good in a relationship with you.
Right.
Because, well, I know you probably don't completely agree with this, but because you just got your kids just out there.
Yeah.
And why are you moving? I mean, relationships don't always work out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. But if you can leave your family and not try to work it out with your family, why would you want to be in that relationship?
There's some different circumstances to that, though. There's different circumstances to that for sure. Because, I mean, you can leave that family, but you don't have to leave the kids.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. If you got kids out there that you don't talk to or see, why would I want to be in a relationship with you?
Yeah, of course.
You won't talk to your kids.
Right. But honestly, it's the niggas that be like, oh, it's my baby mama's fault and You're a grown ass man. You really need to stop with that bullshit.
People always say that it's her fault. And then I've seen a whole lot of stuff about women keeping the kids and playing them like pawns and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
But
I know some.
However, yes, but I've also seen how it gets to that point.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't just happen, unless the person that you had children with was just crazy from the beginning. But you should have known that, and then you should have known not to have putting your penis in people that's crazy.
Right.
But I've also seen people who have been made to turn into that based off of the relationship.
Yeah.
Right? One particular relationship specifically, and now people probably gonna be mad at me because they don't know what I'm talking about. But long-term relationship, had a child together, right? They finally break up.
Mm-hmm.
When they break up, they had to keep going back and forth to court because they having custody issues, and it was the whole thing with child support. And I shouldn't be on child support, but I'm gonna give you $250 a month for this child that costs $3,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why y'all think $250 is
gonna
do something.
Nigga, I used to think that was enough.
It's not.
My son eat $900 worth of groceries a month, and he's only
It's
one.
not.
He's only one.
Anyway, they doing a $250 back and forth, and I give you $250 every month. What would happen though is whenever he would want to see the kid, he would be sweet, and he would be nice, and he would be willing to do whatever until she was like, "No, you can't see her," and then he got aggressive. Then he started to get mean. Then he started to do stuff like chase her down the street. I want my kid. You need to give me my kid.
Chasing her down the street. Chasing down the street.
Chasing her down the street.
What if I was doing that?
And it would get to the point of where every time I seen her, she would just burst out in tears because she was so. Did you hear my voice? Think of the voice, and then you know what I'm talking about. But the problem was that he didn't understand that he had created all of the issues that was happening in that situation because of the way that he was, because of the way that he was acting towards her the entire time, the way that he would always try to go pick up his kid. Lise was there every single time. You know, it was just turmoil and it was drama. And I would always say, why don't you try to figure out how to mend that relationship so that y'all can get to a point where you don't have to do all of this? But then whenever he would want something, he would be nice and sweet and act like he wanted to have sex with her and act like he wanted to be with her.
Yeah, I know what
and
it is.
He would pop up 2 months later with a girlfriend. I wasn't trying to be with you.
Right.
After you can't take people.
You was giving her the idea that you want your family back.
Right. Yes, you know somebody like that who comes around every 5 years doing the same thing because you want stability. You want to be with the person who you know for sure is going to give you what you need until the streets start calling you, and then all of a sudden you out and don't nobody see you for a couple of years.
Right.
You can't put people through that type of turmoil and think that everything is gonna be okay.
Right.
It's not. And then later on in life, you talking about my baby mama crazy. And now you 35, 36, 7, 8, 9, 40.
Ain't seen your kids since they was 2.
And you old and don't nobody want you. And now you want to come back to the baby mama that you created all that turmoil with.
Right.
And then you wondering why she don't want to deal with you.
Right. That's crazy. I'm really trying to think about what we're going to talk about it later.
All I'm gonna say is, what you talking about, Rabia? I'm saying. I told you now you gonna know what I'm talking about. I'm saying you can't create all the turmoil. Then you want to get married, and then you wondering why you having all these problems with people. And what the girl was talking about was Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, how he decided to settle down, even though he had left all them kids. He got a bunch of kids apparently. I didn't even know. I had no idea.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know at all.
But now they divorced.
And then it's funny because she was also talking about how somebody with 8 kids always wants somebody who ain't got no kids.
I mean, that is the truth. However, you walked into that one. He didn't just choose you. You chose him after you divorced your white husband.
But how do that work? How do you date people who don't have children or your preference is that you be with somebody who ain't got no kids because you got a whole bunch of kids? How did that work out?
That's dumb. But then you're looking for a stepmom for your kids, but you be mad because she don't know her stepmom? Because she don't got no kids?
Because she don't have no kids. How you...
Confused.
See? This is what I've been talking about that audacity. This is what I was talking about.
Confused.
Where do they buy it from? Because you want somebody who, like we was talking about with the body count last time, you want somebody who don't have sex.
You don't got sex, don't got kids. You can't be.
Don't have kids. But you want her to cook and clean and be your maid.
Right.
But she don't know how to do none of that because your preference is that she ain't never did that for nobody else before.
Right. That's retarded. Yeah, I'm gonna need to know where they be buying this Audacity at too. Cause
Okay, and Nika, why? Why do you want to date a man with no kids?
that's real hard to look for these days.
I know, because they be lying.
Yeah.
They can say they don't have
They
no
can
kids.
say they ain't got
and
no kids, and then all
'cause
of a
you know
sudden,
how-
the baby mama pulling up at the door like, what's
yeah,
up?
because like me, I only got 3 kids. I have 3 children,
We just gonna chalk that one up to the game.
but then I got 3 adults.
Mm-hmm.
They not kids technically. I ain't lying.
You ain't lying, but you ain't telling the truth.
No kids mean they don't have drama of a woman. They still may have feelings for her. Drama spilling into my relationship.
That's not the truth. That is not the truth. That is definitely not the truth.
You said 3 is too many? She said that's too many.
That's not the truth. Because they can still
No.
have that. They can still have that. It could be. It don't even have
Like
to
it
be
be
a baby mama.
exes.
It could be an
It could be
ex
exes.
that you told to get an abortion, and y'all having these problems regardless.
Whoa, not told to have it.
I'm that's the truth. Y'all got this attachment, but y'all ain't got no kids. Because y'all could have had a kid together, but y'all got this attachment, but you told her to have an abortion. So now y'all got this attachment, and this could be brought into your relationship regardless.
Or if the baby died,
Yeah,
that makes it even worse. And now y'all sharing the trauma, because I know people like that too. Who had the girl got pregnant, the baby died, they ended up breaking up, and she caused a whole lot of problems for him later on in life,
or
because
even,
she wasn't whole after that.
Or even if she did it without him knowing.
What about those situations where, like I was just talking about, the baby dies, they break up because she can't have no more kids.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like we was talking about acrimony?
They break up because she can't have kids, and then he goes and has the baby with somebody else.
And bruh, like acrimony, bruh, that movie, insane. I would honestly, if that happened to me, I'm doing what she did in the movie.
So again, it always comes down to the audacity that these niggas be buying from the grocery store.
But it don't just be niggas. It be women too.
Don't all the time.
It be women too. It be
But
women
most of
too.
Okay, let's even do that. If it is, it's because of the daddy.
Yeah, because of their daddy. Yeah, for sure. Because they got daddy issues.
Eventually, it comes back down to men. It's always about a man somewhere.
But he's doing that because of his mama.
Right. You right.
So when it come back to the mama,
you right. So you are absolutely right. But then that might come back to the daddy too. So it's all
it's a circle of life.
Circle of life. Circle of life. That's what I used to say about your daddy's mama.
What about it?
He was such a mama's boy, but all of a sudden now he ain't, which is weird.
But they be fan.
She used to lie. She used to lie for him.
Yeah, I know some mamas like that for sure.
I ain't finna do that.
No, you finna snitch on us. We established that.
She would do stuff like, I would always say that she was the type of person that if he killed somebody, she would hide the body. Mm-hmm. Because she used to, when we was married, he would be sitting right next to her. I would call.
Like, no, I don't know.
And be like, where is he at? Have you seen him? No, I ain't seen him all day. He be sitting right there.
How would you know? You heard him? You was looking through the window? Went to the house looking through the window? Oh, yeah, sometimes I would. Sometimes I would go by there. I would drive by. He would be sitting right there. It was one time when we wasn't even together anymore, and he supposedly went to the hospital for his mama, and I had just talked to his mama on the phone, and she wasn't at the hospital because I had called her and asked her where he was at.
And he was like, I was just at the hospital with my mama. I said, why is you lying? I just talked to your mama 5 minutes ago.
She don't do that no more though.
We wasn't even married though. We was not together. Why is you lying?
She don't do that no more though. She don't mess with him like that no more.
That's only because of that. But she used to do that a lot. But it's a lot of mamas like that.
Yeah, I know so.
Especially about their sons.
Mm-hmm. It's always the sons.
Not me though.
You a goddamn lie.
Why? Why?
Excuse my language.
I love my son. Okay?
A little
I ain't gonna lie for him.
You lying. You're lying right now. You're lying right now.
How?
You're lying right now.
Not with no girl. I ain't finna lie. First of all, don't call me. Because I'm gonna tell you, girl, if you don't get off my phone.
Why are you calling my phone?
Exactly. Girl, if you don't get off my phone, why is you on my phone? I don't know where that boy is at.
You lie.
I probably do. But
You
I don't
lie.
care. Why is you calling me? What is you calling me for?
You would lie.
Why are you calling me?
You would lie.
Why you think I would lie?
Because I know you. You would lie.
I would lie and say I didn't know where he was at.
Yeah. And
Nah,
he,
I don't
and you
think
know he over there with that other girl. You would lie.
No, I probably would tell her that. Because you calling my phone for what? You know me. I tell the truth. I don't give a damn. You calling my phone for what? Why are you calling me trying to find out where he's at? Why you don't know? If you his girl, why you don't know where he's at?
You one of them parents.
He over there with that other girl. Leave me alone. Stop calling my phone. Hell yeah, I would. Especially if I don't like her.
Nobody.
Nope.
You don't like nobody.
He ain't here. He over there.
I get with you.
But then, that causes problems. People shooting up people's houses and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive through your garage with my car. What she's talking about? I was driving through your garage with my car. What are you talking about?
I was just watching Thin Line.
What's that?
It's a thin line between love and hate. That movie from the 90s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Again, niggas and their audacity.
Girl.
It's being told from his perspective, but he messed her up. He made her like that.
You be saying that he made her like that. Some bitches be crazy. Look, some bitches be crazy from jump and be acting like they all sweet and nice and housewifey. And as soon as something happen, they off the wall like old girl acrimony.
People are crazy in the beginning.
People are crazy in general.
That girl ran into his house with her Jeep and knocked it over because he was in there with somebody else.
And then apologized. That bitch is crazy.
See, Nika said crazy is triggered. I believe that too. I think that some people can maintain their crazy until
I think you
it's
can.
triggered.
I think you can for sure.
I ain't never been that type though. I've never been the type to break out windows. I've never been the type to go over nobody's house. I've never been the type to throw bricks.
I didn't cut some tongues out of shoes, some shoestrings.
I don't need to do all that because guess what? Number one, the fact that you don't have me no more is gonna plague you for the rest of your goddamn life.
Oh yeah, that's what this nigga's coming back from 30 years ago.
Okay. Second of all, not like for real, or just.
Oh, I need to be in your car. I don't think
she mean bang bang.
Oh,
drive by.
She said, "Oh, it should be bang bang." Oh,
She said not shooter. Yes, let's clear that up. I don't think she be doing for real drive.
We know some
Real
people that do
drive-by.
that though. We know some people
Yeah.
that do that though.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely do.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. Pop, pop, all in your window.
Supposed to be in prison. Mm-hmm.
It's funny because none of that has ever happened to me. Like, ain't nobody ever came to
They
me
not
as a
bold
woman.
enough. They not bold enough to do. Ain't nobody ever came to me as a woman.
Nobody's ever been like, you was with my man. Nobody's ever like come to my house trying to fight me.
But is it crazy? I know I'm crazy, low key, but is it crazy that I low key be wishing somebody did that? So just like I can see if I'm still up on game in the hands, just to see, just to see I can do it.
I don't need to throw hands because I cut with other things. I make people hate me. Like I don't.
You make people need therapy.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. Anika said she's been approached like that. I've never
had anybody come to me like as a woman or anything.
I've been in those types of relationships, sometimes unbeknownst to me.
Unbeknownst?
Yeah. Unbeknownst.
I honestly
to
would
me.
say if somebody ever came to me like that, or if they was like, oh, you're talking to my man, I'll be like, okay, well, you need to check your man because he told me that he ain't had no girlfriend. He told me he was single. You need to check your man.
So again, what grocery store do they be buying the audacity from? Because yes, part of my experiences, I don't know about nobody else, but I know my experiences. I have been in long-term relationships with people who had whole ass families.
Whoa.
No, had a whole family.
Families.
Was taking trips, was going on shopping sprees, was at my house for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Mother's Day and buying Christmas presents for my kids.
I know what you're talking about.
But had a whole family somewhere else and would pick fights on the weekends so that he could go home.
Not pick fights on the weekends, but and people in those situations, I wonder what these niggas be telling people. Like, am I on a business trip or what am I doing? What am I doing for me to be gone 5 days out of the week, and you just be okay with that?
And that was the conversation that I had. She didn't come to me. She did what she did, spread it all over everywhere because he was apparently dating 5 people, not just me. At the time he got found out, he was dating 5 other people. But when I asked her, like, where do you think he was all that time? She said,
you just live your life.
She said she thought he was working.
Oh,
because he would go out of town to work a lot. So that was his cover. He was out of town working, even though he was at my house playing house. My baby was calling him daddy. The thing about it is that bothered me about that whole situation is every time that we would get into an argument, I would tell him, okay, fine, leave. We don't have to be together. We don't have to never do this again. I'll have to never talk to you again. Leave me alone.
That's toxic.
But listen, leave me alone. He had so many outs and so many times where he could have just left me the hell alone. But this will be on Friday when he wanted to go home, right? We would have an argument on Friday. Come Monday, since I was on the train, here he is popping up in front of the house with flowers. I'm gonna just take you to work.
That's abuse.
Nigga, leave me alone.
That's abuse.
Go be with your family.
Did you recognize that as a therapist?
Not at the time.
That's abuse.
I wasn't a therapist at the time. I was just a lonely citizen.
I'm saying now.
I was just a lonely citizen. I didn't know anything about this.
I'm saying now, did you ever recognize that looking back on like certain relationships?
That he was abusive and narcissistic? Yeah.
Oh, speaking of narcissists and social media, right? So I'll be watching these, I was talking to Kalia about it the other day. I'll be watching these narcissist videos, right? And it'd be so interesting because I've been thinking like your whole social media is based around this relationship that you have with your ex, but you're happily married now, happily married with children, but you're making a video about narcissistic people and how to see narcissistic signs based off this relationship with your ex. Does that mean, I mean, everybody heals in their own way, but you made your whole social media output based on this relationship? That's interesting to me.
I just want to say, people don't heal from being a narcissist. They don't get cured.
No, I mean, like, she was in a relationship with one.
Okay.
And she makes videos about her being in a relationship with one. Like, these are the signs that you usually look for, and a narcissist would do this, and a narcissist would do that. Da, 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 da. And this is her whole social media.
The reason why people are doing that is because it's trendy.
Oh.
The word narcissist is trendy, just like gaslighting, just like, you know, mental health is trendy because it's going to get her views.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. People who want views on social media and get upset because they don't, that's a narcissistic trait.
Ooh.
So women can be narcissistic as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's most of the time labeled as vanity.
Vanity? What's the difference between vanity and narcissism?
Okay. Narcissistic people do it for the sole purposes of getting their own needs met,
mm-hmm.
but in a way that doesn't have any empathy for other people.
Mm.
So if you you'll do things and create your own reality based off of what it is that you feel like you need, because you are at the center of your world, right? Your whole world, everything revolves around you.
Right.
But you'll do things and you'll manipulate situations and you'll put people in situations where your needs are the only ones that are being met.
Right.
So some people think of it as being malicious, but really it's just the same as everybody else who are getting their needs met. The only thing is that it's pathological. Because that's all you do.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you do, the job that you have, the kids that you have, the marriage that you have, it has to be based off of this image that you have conjured up in your mind that you are.
Mm-hmm.
And now everything has to reflect that. And so you'll do whatever it is that you have to do, whether it's abusing people, changing people's names and hair and eyes color and whatever else, to make sure that whatever you see in your reality is exactly what's there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So narcissistic abuse is because people are actually just abusive, but they do it in a way that makes it to where they can control their behavior. Control their environment.
Mm-hmm.
That's what all abusers do, though.
Right. But what's vanity?
Vanity is just when you think that you are the shit and you make people know that you're the shit.
Right.
You know, you feel like you are just the best thing, you know, out there.
It's hot like this.
You just hot. And so there's a big difference, because you think that you're the best thing out there, but you try to manipulate everything around you to make sure everybody else knows it too.
Right.
So that's why narcissistic people don't generally have most people think that they're great. Most people think that they're wonderful people, but they're really high key,
dirty,
hella abusive behind closed doors. Because in order for you to be able to control your environment, you got to control the people in it.
Right.
So I'm going to make sure that
you can't control people.
No,
you can't control their actions and stuff.
Narcissists believe they can. You can control anything, because this is what I want my reality to look like.
Right.
And in reality, you actually can. You can determine what your reality is going to look like, but it doesn't mean that you get to control what happens or who, you know, is in your reality. If people decide to leave, that's just what's happening.
Right.
You can't, but most of the time, abuse is about making somebody stay with you.
Because you don't want them to leave.
You don't want them to leave. And a lot of people don't even really recognize that abusive behavior is because, one, somebody's needs are not being met and they're trying to figure out how to get their needs met. However, they learned it from a young age. right? It was either that people are not going to show up for me, I'm going to have to do everything by myself, or people leave me because everybody's abandoned me at this point. And so once they start to develop that as children, people leave me, nobody takes care of me when I need to be taken care of, nobody gives me what I need when I need to have what I need. And so they grow up becoming people who have their own needs met by themselves.
Right.
And then whenever somebody is in their environment, that's all that's important. You need to make sure that my needs are taken care of. And so if I have to do whatever I got to do to make sure that you do that, that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
And
That's
you
great.
can't leave me because everybody else has left me. So I'm not going to let you leave. So I'm going to do all these things to make sure that you're dependent on me, which is like financial abuse. I'm going to do all these things to make sure that you have no self-esteem. I'm going to do all these things to make sure that you have no family that you can go to. I'm going to do all these things to make sure that you don't have any recourse to be able to get out of this situation. You are completely dependent on me because I need you to stay. And instead of people saying, I need you to stay, let's figure out how we can make this work, they figured out that they can manipulate situations in order to make it change for themselves.
Crazy. You got some narcissists in your family. Why are you coughing?
It's a lot of them. A lot of them. But most people who have those tendencies don't know it, which is the same.
That makes sense.
They don't know it until somebody gets hurt.
Also, Black people don't do therapy, so
it's not even about therapy. It's like most of the time it's unconscious because you grow up, just like we were talking about with you, growing up as an independent person because you didn't really have, you know, the guidance and the mothering that you should have had when you were little. But you grew up as an independent person. That's the same type of thing. Like people who see that's how relationships go, right? Especially if they've witnessed a lot of abusive relationships, that's how relationships are handled. So that's exactly how I'm going to handle my relationship when I become an adult. Men are the perpetrators. A lot of times women are, but generally men. And you know what? It's funny because when women are the perpetrators, nobody really notices that right off top.
Because it's a woman?
Yeah. Because it's a woman and women are emotional. Right? So if you're using your emotions to manipulate somebody, that's abuse. Yeah.
Fake crying for no reason. And yeah, for sure.
That is abusive. Yes, people do have options. You don't have to necessarily be in situations you don't want to be in. But people
sometimes you can't get out.
You can't get out because people, the whole point of abuse is to make you dependent on them. It's to make you want to stay in their life because they don't want to be abandoned.
Right.
So whatever I have to do, when it starts off most of the time emotional. You start off with emotional abuse. People tend to start to do things to chip away at your self-esteem. I'm gonna make sure that you don't feel good about yourself, and then I'm going to start breadcrumbing you and giving you, you know, all the little things so that you think that I'm the only person that makes you feel good about yourself.
Only person that's gonna love you.
I'm the only one. And then they take away all of the things that can make them independent. Take away the car, take away the money, take away the children. Right? Because if you got kids, you can go get on the county and you ain't gotta, you know, don't need to depend on nobody or whatever the situation might be. So most of the time it's because they want to control the environment. They want to control what happens. Whoever is around them, I need to be able to control what they do, what they say, how they move. Because if I don't see what's going on and I don't know what's happening, then I can't control it.
Never let them know your next move.
Right, but what people don't seem to understand is that you create fear in people, and that makes their body continuously be in another trending topic, fight or flight response, right? Your adrenaline is constantly pumping and you're always in an autonomic response.
Yeah, but they don't know that there's another to that.
What?
It's fight, flight, or freeze.
Or fawn. There's 4.
Fawn. What's fawn?
Fawn is when you become docile and you do things for people because you don't want them to get upset.
So like people
like being a submissive woman to an abusive man. Or being if you're a child, being the good kid because you don't want your mother to get upset.
Right.
That's what fawn is.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is also that's a trauma response as well. And a lot of people have that. Even though that's not who they are naturally. But that's why people are always in conflict, especially when there's abuse. That's why there's a lot of conflict, because the conflict comes in where this person is trying to control the environment. This person is trying not to be controlled, even though their brains literally grow to be able to survive the abuse, right? But they're not trying to be controlled. So they don't understand why they're continuing to allow this person to do this to them. And then they're in constant conflict with their own body.
Right.
So they push back, but the pushback means to this person, oh, that means you must be trying to leave. So now I got to try to do something to make sure that you stay. And a lot of times it's not physical right up front. Physical is usually the last resort.
Interesting.
And if someone dies because of that, it's because that person did not want them to leave.
Which happens in a lot of situations like that. Somebody ends up getting hurt or dying. Yeah.
Because that's the last resort. I done all the stuff that I needed to do. I thought I've done all the emotional, I've done all the financial, I've done all the things to make sure that you couldn't go, and you still want to leave.
Right.
Now, the only thing I have is physical. Now I got to physically hold you here.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah. It is horrible in the sense that people get hurt. It is horrible in the sense that the person who is victimized, that changes their whole chemical makeup.
People are horrible.
It is. However, like I always talk about, even when we're talking about male-female relationships, right? And I'm talking about how the messaging is never towards the person who's actually committing these acts. It's never towards the perpetrator. It's never towards the how do we stop women from becoming perpetrators. It's always, let me teach you how to not be a victim. Let me teach you how to not get into these types of relationships anymore. Let me teach you the red flags of the relationship. Let me teach you how not to be with men in this particular place.
They need to be giving their kids the attention and the love that they need before they become the perpetrator. Not teaching people how not to be victims.
That's the problem. We don't do that. We don't do that with our.
And that's why people think that. That's why people think when people get raped, it's because you're wearing this, or you were wearing this. If you weren't wearing this, you wouldn't have ended up in the situation that you're in. But that's not even the case.
I had a conversation with somebody one time about that. It was about, because we was talking when I did that little talk about sexual assault, and this person was talking about, well, what happens when I'm on the street and I'm over there with all my boys, and some girl comes in this see-through fishnet outfit. And you can see all of her stuff. You can see her titties. You can see all of her stuff.
Why would that be grounds for her to get raped?
I said, it don't matter. You need to control yourself.
Right.
Why can't you control yourself around somebody who is dressed like that? Why is it that the way that she's dressed determines whether you want to have sex with her or not? You get to determine whether you want to have sex with her or not. You get to say no to that because it's not something that she might want to do with you.
Right.
Why is it that I said if somebody came and she was butt ass naked, it don't matter.
It shouldn't matter. Absolutely not.
It doesn't matter. I saw this thing earlier that this guy was talking about the difference between healed men and men who are not healed. And it's funny because now all of a sudden there's this term about being gay and sassy and
sassy.
Like women. It's happening. I keep trying to figure out how we talking about men being sassy because they drink out of straws or they eat
because
bananas and hot dogs, and
and
now they're
calling them,
gay.
right, and calling them a munch because they actually caring about, or a simp,
Or a simp because they care about women.
Of their women.
This is the thing I don't understand. There's all these memes and stuff going around with women talking about, I want a man to be emotionally available, and I want him to be caring and thoughtful, and I want him to do all these things for me that have him dealing with his emotions. But then you call him gay because he don't want to have sex with you.
Like the video that I showed you of Wes.
Oh yeah, because he was crying.
Yeah,
because he showed emotion.
And all them girls was like, I wonder why men don't show their emotion. I want them to be sweet and nice, and I want them to be able to show their emotion, be emotionally available. But the person you put on the list last is the person
who was, because
his friend died, and he was being emotional about it. You literally asked him the question, when's the last time you cried?
You can't do that. Like, it's not, both things cannot exist at the same time. You can't have men who don't know how to be emotional and then want them to all of a sudden be emotional. I had seen this meme that was like talking about a mother and son, right? And she, as he was growing up, shut up, boy. You need to man up. You need to be tougher than that. You need to be aggressive. You need to blah, 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 right? And then when he gets to be an adult, he don't want to talk to her. And he don't want to tell her anything that has to do with his emotions. Why don't you talk to me? Because look how you treated him as he was growing up. You told him he's not supposed to cry. You told him he's not supposed to show any emotion. You told him he's supposed to be tough. And now that he's tough on you, now you
now it's the problem. Because that's what the problem is always. You're okay with him doing it to somebody else, but when it comes down to you, it shouldn't happen because I'm his mom.
No,
I should be the most important person in
be like that.
You shouldn't be doing that to me. That's how it all comes down.
Never. I have never told my son it was not okay to cry. I have never told my son, and people think he's a little too emotional, but I've never told him that wasn't okay. Because you go ahead and cry. But he ain't tough. He ain't tough because. And he knows how to deal with emotions. He knows how to be emotional. I'm not emotionally available, maybe not. But because and that's the other thing too. It was another thing talking about men that grow up with a lot of women. They gonna be gay. That's always been a thing, like since the 90s.
Yeah, that's why. They can't play with dolls and this and that. That's just how I feel. Is my son is gonna play with dolls. All he got around him is girls. Yeah.
A lot of times when my son was growing up, the men in my family would tell me that he was going to be gay because I hugged him.
Right. You hugged him and kissed him.
Why you always hugging and kissing on him? Why you always letting him cry? He going to be gay when he grow up being around all these women. Why he know how to sew? Why does he know how to cook? Why does he know how to clean?
Mm-hmm. Why do you not? That should be the real motherfucking question. Why do you not?
Why is he gonna be gay? Because he know how to take care of himself.
Right.
Why is he gonna be gay? Because he knows that when he's very emotionally intelligent, when he sees a woman crying, his first instinct is to go and comfort her. Mm-hmm. His first instinct is not, let me go because I ain't with all these emotions.
Right.
I'm not with all this crying. Let me get up out of here. No. Mm-hmm. He's comforting, and that's why he gets put to the side. Everybody always call him the let me get a hug dude, because he always get put in the friend zone because he's the one that they can confide in and be emotional with.
Stupid. But that's honestly dumb.
Girls that he dates want thugs. They want the thug that beats on them.
I don't.
They don't want him.
I don't want the thug. I want the funny guy. I want the I don't want the thug.
Weird, bro.
I don't want the thug.
I keep hearing all this stuff about women being like this, and women just like that damn list, and women be, everybody is a certain type of way, and all these women doing all these things. And I'm like, who are these women?
Yeah,
where are they?
Where are you finding them?
Where are the women who think the men are gay and sassy? Where are the women who think
them at?
You don't want somebody who's emotional? I even saw one thing that said this girl was like, I don't want no dude that cries. What you crying for?
For what?
Because that's what humans do, ma'am.
God wouldn't have gave us tear ducts if we was supposed to.
But then we're not teaching these boys how to be emotional.
Mm-hmm.
We're not teaching these boys. We are socializing our girls to be emotional and nurturing and all of the things that feminine qualities, right? Can't play with trucks. Can't play with trucks. Can't play with toys. That's boys' toys, and you can't do all of this stuff, right?
Honestly, I personally hate people that are like that. You ain't gonna tell me that my daughter can't play with a truck, and you're not gonna tell me my son can't play with a Barbie. That's what you're not gonna do.
Just like that was that debate about the little boy who wanted the kitchen.
Who wanted the kitchen set? Yeah, my son's gonna have a kitchen set. But
what is wrong with y'all? Like, where are these women at who doing this stuff? Like, what is wrong?
That's crazy.
What is wrong with y'all?
If you ever tell my son he can't have no kitchen set, you gonna have to leave. You gotta leave. You gotta go.
Hey, Tara.
They're 12.
Hey, Karina. Yeah, she
12?
said the women that want them type of men are 12.
Not 12. She said I play with
Transformers.
Girl,
that's what I'm saying.
I wanted to be a Power Ranger. I wanted to be a Power Ranger. I still kind of want to be a Power Ranger.
I don't understand. I just don't. I don't get it. Where are these women at? Why? Where did they? How did they come about? Because I've never been that type. I've never been that type to be like, don't cry in front of me. I've never been that type to be like,
if they daddy fault, it's their daddy fault.
Because you mad at your daddy because he wasn't there, so now you mad at all the men.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Y'all need to stop. Like, they need to stop. I can't with these new women. Y'all generation is weird, bro.
You keep saying y'all generation, but I told you last time. I wasn't born in this generation. I told you last time that I was born in the 70s. I don't know what you're talking about. We're twin sisters. I told you last time.
Look at this one. We cry together. We're about to fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the main time. If I'm hella mad, yeah, I'm in tears for sure. Because I'm steaming on the inside.
I cry all the time.
I mean, I cry now.
I cry all the time. I don't care. You're not gonna tell. I'm in the grocery store crying. I'm in
for a while,
in the line.
For a while, I didn't. Why? Because everybody was saying that I was a crybaby when I was a kid.
Yeah. And that's another thing. That's the same thing with boys. You know, boys become crybabies and gay if they crying when they little.
Right. But kids cry. That's literally what they're
supposed to do. That's
they
what humans do.
Because they can't figure out their emotions. Crying is just the base emotion.
That's that's why that baby crying, because she can't talk.
That's just the base emotion. That's what kids do.
I'm gonna need all these young women to stop. Like, seriously.
Because
y'all are ruining relationships. Like, then
hell
like
no.
I said,
hell no. You know who ruin relationships? They mamas. You don't blame that shit on us.
Look at this. Sometimes my son uses tears to his advantage because he knows I'm weak. I don't know if it. Well, I don't know.
My son he's a player. He be fake crying.
I think that. I don't think that it's more of like because he knows that you're weak. I think he knows that he's going to get the comfort.
It appeals to your emotions. He don't need that.
He's going to get the comfort that he wants from you at that time. He may not even know that that's what he's doing.
Yeah, but sometimes
he may not have an idea at all.
It's probably not because he's crying. He just needs some hugs and some love. And
he needs love.
Is the best way to get that.
That's the only way that he knows how to do it. He knows actually not even just hugs, but he knows how to get his needs met when he cries, because he knows that that's the only thing that not the only thing, but that's the thing that you respond to the most.
Yeah.
You respond to when he's crying. So he knows when I'm crying and, mama's going to do what I need her to do. Whatever it is that I need, if I cry, she going to do it.
My son the same way. But he don't be crying though. He just be, what is that? He be
Most
whining.
people do that though. Most people do what they want to do. Most people, whenever they want to get their needs met, they know how to manipulate the system.
Yeah, I mean, but also sometimes when it's like I don't know how I'm feeling, I don't know what's going on with me, I'm gonna cry. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
It could be anger, it could be sadness, it could be frustration, it could be confusion. Tears is just what comes out.
Kids don't know how to say, I don't feel emotionally well today. They don't know how to do that. They know how to get their needs met. They know the last time that I did this, you responded this way. So let me do it again.
Right.
Just like with your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that he wanted something from me, all he had to do was cry. And I gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I stopped giving it,
I told you to stop.
Then he got angry and aggressive. And I said, well, damn,
Mm-hmm.
I created that. I created that environment for him. That was the only thing that he knew
but
how
also,
to do.
People be thinking like, oh, that just makes him bad and that makes him da-da-da-da. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because he's learning his emotions. It started off with tears. Now he's learning how to be aggressive and angry. That's just how it's rolling through the punches. That's just what it is.
Yeah, he's learning. But you can't take, like Tara said, you can't take that away from nobody. You should know nobody, everybody should be able to cry. Male, female, other
genders.
other. Maybe we'll talk about that next time about what we're talking about the, I know that's gonna probably get us in trouble because
we're gonna get banned and we're gonna get banned.
But I think I want to talk about that because
we can talk about it. This is gonna be a long conversation because I got some stuff to say.
Dang, we got a whole bunch of people on here now that we already over the hour. Shoot.
We can keep going. Human, dog, cat.
It's an emotion that everybody should have. It's a human response. Everybody should be able to cry.
Right.
So all you new little girls, shut up.
Who was a new little girl?
Shut the hell up.
Who was a new little girl? What is that?
Ain't nobody gay just because he crying. Ain't nobody sassy because he drink out of a straw. What is wrong with y'all?
Or because he likes female songs.
Because everybody like When I See You.
Right. Right. Or Love. Love is one of the hypest songs out. Still. And that shit came out 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
I don't like that song.
You like that song?
Okay.
That's because you got trauma behind it. That's your fault.
Anyway, we're all done. We're over time.
Yeah.
Because everybody's coming in now. I love y'all. But we done been here for a whole hour. We tired. We want to go. We want to go.
Your hair's cute though. It was right. Your hair is cute.
Karita said no. Y'all want us to stay? Shoot.
You keep it going.
Got a whole lot to talk about.
All we do is talk.
Okay. Now we're gonna end this because we don't want the people who gonna be watching on YouTube to be like, damn, that was a long episode.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So if y'all want us to come back and talk, y'all gotta come back next time. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
So you can hear all of the next episode is gonna be 2 weeks from now. So what date is that, Kayla? I don't know.
The 4th.
Let me see.
4th.
The
4th? No, that's
the 9th. December 9th.
There we go. I was close.
We're gonna be back on the 9th. So watch on the Facebook for it, and then check out the YouTube. Click like, subscribe to the YouTube.
Girl. Click like, subscribe.
YouTube. Sis Issues if you want to see the video if you missed the live.
And share.
Okay, we
share the video on
and
all
share.
platforms.
Yes. Share it because we want people to see it because we got stuff to say. So this is our Instagrams here at the bottom, the scroll, the Instagrams. And then maybe next time we'll have another guest on, maybe somebody
else.
So if any of y'all want to be on here, let me know. Just tell me in the inbox and then y'all can come on here and talk and say your opinions because we want to hear everybody else's opinion too, not just in the comments. So
And not just ours.
Let us know.
We think alike.
Let us know what y'all want. Tara said, not me because I cuss. We cuss too.
We cuss too.
We cussing on here. And look at this. For real, because I already asked you, sir.
Book your boy.
And
He said, book your boy.
I already asked you. And you ain't responding to nothing that I said.
You said
So,
no. Yeah.
You could be on the next one then. How about that? All right. We finna go for real. That's it. Okay. We love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. So again, 2 weeks from now, watch the Facebook on December 9th at 6:00. And then we can continue our conversation. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.